Greetings, beautiful nerds. Welcome to our 14th session of our mini-series, Our Flag Means Doom, exploring the homebrew world of Odromia through the eyes of our heroes of the crew of the HARETRIGGER. Y'all have been through so much, and last session we really got to see a little bit of relaxation, mixed with maybe an encounter or two with, a Lord of the Nine Hells. But everybody survived. Everybody's happy. We all had performances. Your boat got repaired. There might be some, unforeseen romantic entanglements that develop. But who better in this instance to introduce themselves than our wonderful cast, starting with our very own Captain Blanche.
Hello, everybody. I am Farm Grown Nerd, or just Kelsey from whatever you know me as on TikTok or YouTube, as I am in most social media spaces. I am playing Captain Blanche Foret. You can also catch me on Creator Bar's channel at Looking for Legends. We're not currently looking for legends, kind of between sessions at the moment, but we stream on Mondays, most every Monday, so come check us out.
Awesome. Andy?
Yes? Hey everybody, it's Andy, also known as ValveMax010. You can find me at that handle at pretty much anywhere. You can find me on TikTok, Twitter, Threads, and yes, that
Zanga.
one.
Neopets.
Anyway,
The old MySpace.
Actually, Neopets is the one I was forgetting, so thank you, sir. No, but I'm returning to play the one and only First Mate Brash Briggs at your service.
Dora.
Hello, it's Dora. Just kidding. Hi, it's Emma. You can find me as Emma Romasco or Ever Romama because I'm really boring and it's just easier if people use my name instead of a handle. I was gonna say, you brought up Neopets, and all I could think of was my old RuneScape account. I was like, bring back the RuneScape days. Bring back the RuneScape days. In terms of other places, you can see me and Dandy over on Castleton, which is currently on break, but you can catch up to the mid-season finale before we come back in the fall. Many crazy things happening.
Very many crazy things.
Many crazy
Some
things.
of which Emma isn't even aware of.
Tell me. But today I'm playing Dora Pithos, aka Pandora Necromancer and Warlock Extraordinaire. What? Very excited.
So many
aliases.
thoughts and feelings about that. But last, but definitely not least, we have our very own Hatch.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary friends. I am Seth. You can find me on TikTok at Noctopus and Instagram and Threads at Noctopus. And tonight I am playing Hatch, the Dragonborn Blood Hunter.
Excellent. And of course, as always, I am your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, Andy, aka Mr.DanDyDM, and you can find me on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the socials. Also Threads. Threads is a thing. If you happen to come across this episode and you enjoy it, please consider going all the way back, 14 episodes, to find out how this group of heroes managed to find themselves together, traipsing all over the coast of Surastir, getting into all sorts of shenanigans. Some with far-reaching and, dare I say, cosmic implications. But also, if you do enjoy this show, please go over to the other shows that I DM for on my channel, namely The Shadows of Ashkelon and The Survivors of Ashkelon. We do, of course, appreciate all of you who have liked and subscribed thus far. And now that we've got our intros out of the way, let us dive into our 14th episode of Our Flag Means Doom. If this were a television show, the camera would very slowly pan down upon a seaside city. Eventually, just coming slowly, it would sort of do that weird sort of fade thing as it would get closer and closer. And then suddenly, it would be going down one in particular street that is very close to the harbor. And finally, a light upon the Minstrel's Wain, the the tavern/inn that belongs to the tavern mistress, Rowena, who is currently housing members of the crew of the HARETRIGGER / the Purpley Stampede. You all spent a restful / restless evening. I'll just say everybody except Pandora had very good sleep. Everybody. Pandora, you began the day in sort of like this very like, oh, I need to relax. I need to get just, I'm going for a bath. I'm going to have a good meal and I'm going to figure some shit out. And that was not how it progressed. In fact, it was the opposite of relaxing. In fact, you were transported to the castle of the Mephistar, which is the home of Mephistopheles himself, the Lord of Cania, in which he offered you a deal. He gave you the opportunity, if you were to contract yourself to him, that he would restore the life of your grandfather.
And now I have a new boyfriend.
And
What am I to do?
it's not how it works.
Fairy godmother.
I have two evil bad boys fighting over me.
I think it is how it works.
He offers Pandora the deal. Pandora accepts this bargain, and he sends you back to the material plane with the promise that he will be sending you something soon. Also, during this time, the shipwrights that are on the docks have been paid handsomely to refit the Purpley Stampede / the HARETRIGGER. It's never going to be easy to say. All of about 250 gold's worth of repairs have been done by Peter the shipwright, partnered with his son Billy Beans, or his name's Billy, but everyone calls him Beans. As this all has occurred, one of the key events from last session, something that really made an impression on the people within the Purpley Stampede, was the performance that was done by not only Brash, but several other members of the crew of the HARETRIGGER, namely Hatch and Captain Blanche, all of whom accompanied Brash Briggs brilliantly. And it was a sight to behold, something that nobody was expecting. Nobody was expecting Hatch to pull out bagpipes and serenade people. Who serenades with bagpipes? Hatch does. That's the answer. And it's this amazing performance that is that the like of which has never been seen within the confines of the Minstrel's Wing. You all awaken the next day, fully. I'll say this counts as a long rest. You awaken the next day, and the sun is pouring through the windows of your room within the Minstrel's Wing. What do you all do? How do you greet the day?
I'd like to think that Brash kind of somehow uncharacteristically gets up in a pretty unworried and good mood. Like he just kind of, and if anybody else is up, he'd probably be like, "Do they want breakfast? He will go get breakfast."
Go
ahead.
I think around that time, Hatch probably would be entering. Hatch is, used to sort of daily morning going for a run kind of thing. So as Brash is waking up, I think I slowly kind of creak open the door. "Oh, first mate, you're up already."
Yep, sure am. What are you doing now?
I haven't been formerly trained in the wild, but old habits are hard to break. Just went out for the run.
All right. Well, you work up an appetite. I'm starving right now.
I could eat several dozen eggs at the same time, yeah.
It seems to be your specialty, doesn't it?
Raw, uncooked batches of eggs. Just like Mama made used to make.
Or didn't.
I'm not going to look too deep into that, considering you're a dragonborn. And Brash will just stand up and kind of make his way towards the door. And
Should
still
we wake?
trying to be like a little quiet. Oh yeah.
Should we wake the rest, or are we going to maybe bring them back something?
Just let them sleep. We've been through a rough few days. We'll just scoop a bunch of stuff on a plate like we always do and hoist it back up here.
Sure. I'll hold the door open for you.
Thank you very much. And they'll just start making their way downstairs, I guess. And Hatch, you'll notice that Brash is kind of like, once we've cleared the room and there's not as much chance for sound to carry, he's just going to start like whistling out of his gauges. Just like he's feeling good. Like noticeably.
You seem to be in high spirits.
You know, what can I say, man? We did a good job yesterday. I mean, you did a good job yesterday.
I put my hand up. We did a great job.
But you were the melody. You were carrying the majority of it, man. I was just helping you.
First mate, I don't think I could do that again in my entire life. You know how they say if you sit enough monkeys in front of a journal, they could become a playwright? It'll take me longer to produce that kind of performance again.
Hatch, if you're going to be talking about that kind of negativity, of course you're never going to do it again. That's why you practice. That's why you learn. This is... Look, I stand by what I said before. If you want to take some lessons, I'm happy to teach you. It's always nice to have another musician around.
Perhaps if I have time. I think we have bigger fish to fry.
And you'll see him kind of like sigh and deflate just a little bit. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm gonna enjoy a bagpipe patch while I got him, though.
Well, I'll tell you this. If you hear the bagpipes again, then that must mean we're doing pretty well.
All right, I'll keep an ear out. Got damn good hearing. I'll be waiting. Eagerly.
Are you both going to get breakfast?
I think so. I'll grab something for everybody else.
Okay. You make your way down to the main floor. The bar portion of the minstrel's wane is very much just sort of closed down for the early morning. There are no patrons, except for maybe one or two that fell asleep kind of drunk from the night before, just by the hearth. They're just sitting and it was cozy, so they fell asleep. And Rowena didn't bother to move them or disturb them. Rowena is up, and she sees you come down, and it looks like she is just now posting the breakfast menu for the day. On it, as you approach, you find that there is something called the Ultimate Slutty Brownies. You do see pancake tacos. You see moist and sweet honey cornbread. You see a biscuits and gravy casserole.
Me and Kelsey just had like a spiritual
sticky,
connection.
There is a sticky toffee pudding.
Whew.
Now you're making me hungry.
Literally, all of these look so Good.
damn it.
I gotta get me some of that biscuits and gravy casserole, though. What do you think the others are gonna want?
I
What do you
mean,
think the others are gonna want.
they're gonna want the slutty brownies. The slutty breakfast brownies. I don't know why someone would serve brownies at breakfast, but I imagine the slutty pot has to do something with it. Maybe it's got avocados in it or something.
You know them so well.
The ultimate slutty brownies are layers of cacao, some type of sugar cookie, brownie, of course, and specifically a combination, very exotic combination of both caramel and sea salt. Sort of this perfect, decadent, sweet and salty, sort of breakfasty dessert.
That's very rich for breakfast food.
Well, that's why they have
Breakfast dessert.
I guess breakfast dessert.
We'll pick those up,
Rowena does it up nice and sweet here.
It would appear so, yes. This is incredible. Yeah.
Rowena, ma'am, I do not wish to
Yes.
disregard this incredible menu that you have here. Do you happen to have 35 to 40 eggs?
I'm sorry, 35 to 40 eggs?
A light serving of just raw eggs.
Give me a persuasion check.
So while you're at that, this is incredible. I'll definitely have the biscuits and gravy casserole. Quick question though, you wouldn't happen to have just a random melon lying around, would you?
Oh, yes, I do have, honeydew melon. Would that be
Oh,
nice?
fantastic. You know, you read my mind. Just go ahead and throw that in there too while you're looking for the eggs.
A
That's-
whole melon?
that's-
Do you
Oh
want
yeah,
it
the whole
cut
melon,
up,
please.
or-
Yes.
The whole melon?
No, just place it in my
course.
hand. I'll eat it that way. I'll eat it like an apple.
Anything
That's
for anything for you guys. You all did so well last night. Again, give me that persuasion check for the 35 to 40 eggs.
That's a 1.
Well, here's the thing, dearie. A lot of the eggs have already gone into the items that are on the menu, and so I'm sorry, I don't. The surplus of eggs I have is, well, it's not really a surplus, really. It's just eggs that I'm saving for other things that I'll be preparing for other meals in the day. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Well, which one of these dishes has the most eggs? Would you say?
Probably the biscuits and gravy casserole.
5
yeah.
of those for me, please.
Okay. You see, she's out of the little notepad and she's writing it down. So
and the
honeydew
brownies
melon,
as well. Yep.
a honeydew melon, 5 orders, 7 orders of biscuits and gravy casserole.
Yep. You know what? Might as well just round it up to 10, actually.
10. Okay. 10 orders of the biscuits and gravy casserole. And you wanted, how many orders of the dirty, slutty brownies?
I thought they were. Brash will take another look at the menu. I thought they were just called the ultimate slutty brownies. I mean,
They go by so many different names here.
So many different slutty names around here.
all right, and I ain't judging.
Why is
Pandora's
everyone in this
definitely gonna
town
want
so
one.
goddamn horny?
Every town.
Why is everyone in this town so goddamn slutty?
Sluttiness everywhere.
This whole continent, I swear.
Blanche's ears
Pandora
poke up from around
probably-
the corner.
Somebody call my name. Pandora will definitely want some brownies. I'll take some as well. These sound delicious. Hatch, what about you?
No, I think I'm good.
You sure? I'm paying.
No, I can. No. Oh, even more so than I'm fine.
All right, to yourself. And then Blanche will probably kill me if I don't get one for her. So, yeah. That's it. We'll be good.
All told, the entire meal for everyone, 1 gold piece.
I love this town.
I'll never understand economy.
Neither will I. I'm not
Economics.
It's essentially $100 y'all just dropped on breakfast for the 4 of us. That's a pretty good spread.
It's also like why I play fantasy games, so that I can spend this little money to get this much food.
Yeah.
Little money.
We could buy.
I live in New York.
You know what that screams? How much could a banana cost? $10.
Check your privilege. Check your privilege. Your fantasy privilege.
Check your fantasy privilege at the door.
You and your high and mighty Ashkelene falutin ways.
You East Coast elites.
You and your 2 gold an hour paying wage.
Oh my god!
So glad we can get so much food.
For such a steal, right? For the down payment of a house.
We have an entire thing of platinum.
Oh my god! So, your breakfast order made. It takes you about 10 minutes before Rowena returns with several trays of food. It is the most exotic and alluring combination of smells, foodstuffs that you've had in a long time. This is like almost as good as some of the stuff that you got when you were at the Silk Sensations. It's just slightly below. Lady Rowena is definitely kicking her butt in there, putting her foot in the food, for sure. As she hands you the trays, she collects the 1 gold piece and she says, "Well, I hope you enjoy the victuals that are prepared." And she reaches behind and she has like a sack and she pulls out a fresh melon for you and she hands it to you, Brash.
Thank you so very much. Man, you know how to throw down in here.
I do my best, but thank you for noticing. I do appreciate it. Just curious, what other activities do you have planned for today?
Well, probably some shopping. Probably go back and take a look at our ship, see how that's going. Honestly, it's probably just going to be a lot of strategizing. I don't imagine anything big's going to happen today. Just bite into the melon.
Just juices everywhere. I say very, very under my breath, we have to prepare to kill God. Just sounds like also scarfing into this biscuits and gravy.
Brash will look at you with a mouthful of melon and just be like, the
food
it is pretty odd.
Rowena hears what you have to say about what you're having planned. It sounds pretty boring. She basically just nods off during your description of your day. And she's like, oh, great. So very enthralling. I really do hope you have a good day, and I will see you possibly later this evening then. If you want a recommendation for any of the things that, our city is known for, you might try some of the lizard racing tracks that are out at the outside the city, slightly outside the city. Or, of course, there is some of the fights that exist within the gladiatorial arena. Yes, both of those are attractions for the city within Selamet.
Thank you kindly.
No. I would like to just sort of, on the sly, not trying to keep it too much of a secret, just like slide her another gold piece for your troubles, for the exorbitant food order. I realize as I'm eating it that I ordered a lot from you just now.
Oh,
Whoopsie.
well, thank you so much. This is extremely generous. Thank you. And she puts it in her bustle, and she trots off back into the kitchen.
All right. Back upstairs, first mate.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
Take like half of these, rat.
Meanwhile, as this interaction is happening, Blanche and Pandora, you come to full wakefulness in the room. You find the two of you are just there together.
If I may, I feel like the entire night, like Pandora had on like an eye mask. So, and it was like lavishly laid out on the bed, but underneath the eye mask, her eyes were super wide as she is trying to process everything that just happened.
Eyeballs fully touching the
Fully
cloth
touching.
mask.
She does not care, right? There's fucking fuzz in there from the mask on her eyes.
Oh,
Because
God.
it's like,
Eyes dry as fuck.
I'm dry as fuck because it's like I went to a level of hell and back again.
We got
Okay.
biscuits.
You brought biscuits!
Lint in the eye sounds horrible.
Yeah,
So
your eyes are. You wake up. You pull the mask aside. Your eyes are slightly bloodshot.
They're bloodshot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like. And Captain Blanche, you also awaken. You do that. That bunny stretch. It's like, and because you had the best sleep on a very nice upholstered pillow. That because you don't need a full bed. You just need that.
I just
that
need
one
the pillow.
overstuffed pillow. That is oddly reminiscent of a Tempur-Pedic.
She like paused the little beads.
And you both are awake. How do you greet the day?
And she, like extends her arms like, like a sunburst. Good morning, Captain. It is a new day. And you see she goes to her bag and starts just throwing all her junky erotica novel t-shirts, off the top of the suitcase and digging out into the bottom for her like more exactly going for like her more like, flowy morning robes as she wraps it around her. She turns to you and she starts powdering her face and goes, "So, I heard quite some beautiful music last night. Tell me, did you all have fun?"
I got to dance on stage a little bit. What's going on?
What do you mean? She says with her brush, and she.
I just realized something. Pandora is a Disney princess, but she doesn't have any of her woodland critters.
Oh, it would be like a crow.
Well, guess what I just. guess what
Instead of
spell?
like a blue jay.
Guess what spell I just took? Find familiar.
Uh-oh. I hope it's like an eldritch, like a
Nightmare creature.
yeah.
An abyssal chicken.
Little skeleton. Little skeleton.
Wow.
Don't look at it too long; you'll go insane.
It's Jeremy.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Okay.
It's Jeremy.
Wow.
Sorry.
No actual pets were harmed during the making of this actual play episode.
No
So
pets
far.
ever harmed. No pets ever harmed.
I will make no such promise.
But you do say this, Pandora and Blanche. You have that inquiry. You make that inquiry. It's like, hey, what's going on?
Dora, like less than a week ago, right? You were serving me pizza with cigarette ash on it. So what the fuck is going on right now?
She kind of like you see her eyes slightly twitch just to indicate right that she is incredibly stressed. And she kind of like kneels down, next to you, with her hands clasped and goes, "Well, Captain, there's been a lot of changes. And I've turned over a new page in my as she opens her spell book, she sees that an entire new section has been added with burnt edges on the pages. And then she quickly slams the book shut
Pandora,
No! Oh no!
you said that you were opening your book, so I'm
Yeah,
just gonna say
I did.
I was
opened
say-
my
I-
spell book.
I was saving this for later.
Oh
Please give me a. Oh wait, I just want to make sure that this is the right book.
Better now than in combat.
True.
But it will ruin our slutty brownie breakfast.
Oh, who knows if we'll ever get to that.
No!
Oh, we better eat these now. I didn't get a to-go bag.
It's not this one.
I imagine Hatch is already on the second biscuits and gravy while we're walking up.
You have 7.
Well, only 5 of them are for me. It's a light breakfast.
Yeah, I got 2 of them. You had to make up for the eggs.
Yeah, I'm eating it for the eggs.
35 eggs. This poor woman.
She didn't even need to cook them. Just get a handful. She could have thrown them at me. I'd eat the shell.
Like hungry hippos. You know when you put
Yeah. Hungry Hatch.
hungry hatch. We need to trademark that game.
Only quotes.
I met a dude at Gen Con that makes games like that.
Oh!
Good.
hungry hatch.
He legit has this game that he's coming out with like a 4D style of Connect 4. It's so wild.
Whoa.
Pandora. I need you to give me a perception check.
Oh no, I'm still not fucking wise at all. That's gonna be a 6.
6. Okay. You, as you are sort of leafing through the book, you suddenly recognize it feels a lot thicker in your hands than it did before. Definitely almost like the binding has expanded. And there are definitely pages that have been added, like whole chapters that have been added to this book.
And Blanche will see that the original book was actually a tale, a series of a tale of fables, like children's stories, where the spells are written in the margins of the pages. So I assume it's like drastically different, right? To have these like very well-worn,
Okay.
you know.
I think you're actually better at this, so I will give you the option. You can either choose give me an Arcana check or give me a history check.
Arcana! I have plus fucking 9. Come on. 20! Dirty 20! Dirty slutty 20. Dirty slutty brownie 20.
I call them salty 20s.
Salty 20.
God, Andy. Anywho, as you are sort of leafing through this, you come across these new chapters, and suddenly it's like a completely different book. Suddenly you find with this additional these additional pages that have been added, all of the languages, it's all in Infernal. Do you speak Infernal?
Well, I took one of the things that I can read in any language. So
Okay.
I think she notices that it's Infernal. She goes, "Wait, I can't read."
So, have you ever seen the movie A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe?
Yes.
Okay. So in that movie, there's multiple instances of him just looking at random numbers, and suddenly the messages will suddenly start to pop up. out.
That's the meme.
Oh, it's the meme. Yes.
Well, sort of.
It's basically that.
Yes.
It's like Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover counting cards. Suddenly it's all the numbers and equations suddenly flit out, and that's exactly how it is in this instance. You suddenly, not only are you, it's like you're reading it and you're not understanding it, but then suddenly all of the meaning you are suddenly gaining from the actual text. And you realize that this is Mephistopheles' gift. This is the gift that he said he would send. And on top of that, as a, we'll call it an amuse-bouche, for the full gift that he is giving you, as your fingers caress is too slutty a word. As you
Yes,
finger
me,
the
darling.
pages,
Fingers better.
you suddenly feel this surge of energy, and there is suddenly this rush of air that sort of fills the room. All the windows in this room are suddenly thrust open, and there's almost this pressure that is built up in the room. Blanche, you are 100% there for this. You feel everything that Pandora is feeling in this moment. And suddenly, coming out from a portal that has opened within the center of the room, strides a succubus. Entering the room, their wings tucked behind. They're dressed in this black leather garb that is, they have red skin, eyes glowing like fierce, fiery embers, and they have white hair that comes down almost all the way down to the small of their back, and they come out of this portal with sort of chunks of ice that immediately start to melt on their shoulders and arms and legs, as you suddenly feel this like icy blast from the portal. And in this instance, some of the floorboards suddenly start to ice over, and some of the like the table suddenly starts to form little icicles on it. Suddenly the interior of this room, the humidity in this room has gone up quite a bit with suddenly all of this additional water that is present, frozen or otherwise. As they stride forth, the succubus, they are just about your height, Pandora. So they are tall. And they enter the room, and they look at you, and their eyes sort of like glint a very sort of this recognizing gaze. And they say, "Oh, well, he does certainly know how to pick them." And she strides forward to you, and she extends her hand in a slight bow to you, Pandora.
I look at Blanche, and I go, "A new page."
At that moment, me and Hatch walk in the room carrying breakfast. And I'm like, I'm just saying, man, there's a better way to absorb eggs. What the fuck?
We got breakfast.
We did.
Do I need
I
it?
need rum. I need
Yes, you
rum.
most-
I need rum. I need rum.
You most certainly did, darling. And they reach their fingers into one of the biscuit casseroles, the egg biscuit casseroles, and they take just a scoop, and they eat it in front of you all. Mortal victuals, so decadent, so lovely. Oh, are those slutty brownies?
I'm
You
sorry.
That was
just
my-
finger blasted a biscuit. Okay,
That was
I'm
my,
going to get
that was
rum.
my bowl. That was
I'm sorry, did you say promiscuous pastries?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I've just been to this part of Odromia before, so Mephistopheles. Oh, I do get ahead of myself. I'm one of the seven.
Another one!
I am one of the we don't really like the term bounty hunters. Couriers, assassins, at times. Basically, we collect things from Mephistopheles and we return them to Kenya. But in this instance, he has given us the charge of making sure that you are vouchsafed on your quest.
Oh, how sweet. Yes, everyone. You know our quest. She kind of like eyes wide, like locks eyes with each one of you.
She logs that. She like sees this, and she's like, "Oh,
pure confusion.
awkward. You haven't told them yet."
Well, I was kind of waiting for the right moment before you walked in. Who are you? What's your name?
Oh, I'm so sorry. How rude of me.
Yes.
My name is Samesh.
Samesh. The outfit is, très chic. Truly.
Oh, thank you.
Love
She
it.
sees your garb and Samesh, Samesh. Yes. So sorry. She looks over your attire, which is still bedclothes, I'm assuming.
Just getting changed.
Yes. Your outfit as well. And she says, "I'm so sorry. The rest of the 7 could not be here, but should you have need of us in a moment of extreme cost or dire need, you have us at your disposal. Mephistopheles has sent us to make sure that whatever hardships that you might endure might be lightened or lessened in some way."
He's so very thoughtful.
She does clock the fact that her presence and what she's saying right now has definitely not been communicated. Like, all the shit has not been communicated to the rest of the group, and she's just like, fuck it, I'm here. She says, "So, my greeting has been discharged. Should you have any particular need," and she reaches, she still has your hand, Pandora, and she takes her other hand and puts it under your hand that has the book open, and then she takes the hand that is holding yours, and she places it on top of the book, specifically on a certain section. And as she does this, you see a list of names, 7 names. One of them is hers, and she is known as Samesh the Seducer.
Well, don't need her when there's me.
There are 6 other. There are 6 other names: Zibgak the Render, Lafesh the Knight, Sarka the Bound, Nox the Disemboweler, Talak, Archon of the Black Moon, and Yagesh the Spawn.
And Tyler, the trust fund kid.
I'm gonna need to rewatch that episode because I did not get all of that, but I got the first 3.
I will put all of these names in the chat.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
That is a hell of a boon to give someone.
You're rolling up to the party and you go, "Don't feel like fighting you." Boom,
What?
and
got-
Dialga pops out.
I've got
But-
7
but-
demigods or whatever these are.
But what's the cost? What's the cost?
If it's biscuits and gravy,
don't know.
I got you covered.
You haven't told the...
Just let him finger blast the biscuits and gravy every morning. It'd be great.
Quotes.
Please no.
Andy's like, there's only so much I can take.
Which one of your campaigns do you have to edit the most? Just for general for bullshit.
No. Technically, no, it's this one. Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
That's right. That's due mostly to the adult content from Pandora and Blanche. We're
Listen.
smoking cigarettes. We're reading erotica.
Yeah, listen, we got booze. We said this game ain't for kids.
We made 2 characters with all the audacity.
All the others.
All the-
I smash that. I hate you.
I love everything about this group in this game.
As soon as I gotta be real, as soon as I saw the book was gonna come into play, I was like, I'm gonna pick my moment, and I'm gonna pull the community.
Fire in the pizza.
Yep. Because I knew I could feel it.
Except it's not fire; it's ice. Icicles everywhere.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
It's the opposite. It's a cold.
It's a casserole and ice.
Yeah, there's frost forming on the top now.
I'm just mad because she basically freezer burnt my casserole by touching it.
And now our slutty brownies are gonna be like hard rocks.
Now I only have one casserole to eat.
So hard.
So hard.
We have one casserole.
Okay. There you go. All right.
Thank you.
I put it in world lore and resources. So
Pokemon.
they are known as Mephistopheles 7.
The 7.
The Mephistopheles 7. Yeah.
Great. Cool.
In terms of how the mechanics of this work, you can call upon one a day, or you can call on all of them, but then the pages of the book is destroyed.
No! That's my book. That's what Grampy gave me. He gave me my book.
Question. What is the cost of summoning one of them? Is it a spell slot or is it just...
You have to
You don't
do
know
some
yet.
reading.
He's like Emma's gotta fuck around and find out.
I'm just saying, if it's a spell slot, I've got a spell arm. Maybe we can do 2.
Oh.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I'll just say I'll just give this to you. To call upon one. You technically you can call upon more than one. If you were to call upon all 7 on the same time, the same go, it would destroy the book immediately. The number that you can call on up to is equal to your Constitution modifier in a day.
Fuck, that's 1.
If you call upon 1, it's 1 point of exhaustion. Call upon
there's
2,
the
it's
catch.
2 points.
There's the catch.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do it. Let's play the exhaustion game. Okay, cool.
So there is a toll. There is a cost.
For summoning. Great. Okay, cool. Well, that's wonderful. I've always one of the reasons I became a necromancer is to have my own little posse, and now I have that. Yes.
Yes, but I have a feeling you're not going to be doing much necromancy anymore. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm stepping on toes here.
Oh, no.
The whole you haven't told them yet. Maybe I should go back and then maybe I should leave and come back. Would that be...
Just give us a moment.
Did you want to take one of these with you?
I would love a slutty brownie.
Sure.
She reaches
Yeah.
over and grabs the slutty brownie, and as she does, she winks at you, Hatch.
That is so stereotypical, Hatch.
What are you talking about?
It's just
It's not the time. It's not the time.
That one's on you, man. You can't blame it on somebody else. That was completely your decision.
She then steps back. The portal is still open, so she steps back into the portal and just says, "Back in a tick," and she closes it.
Huh. That's what I meant, Pandora. That's what I meant.
Yes, you see, I was going to get to that.
Less of the going, more of the getting.
Yes. We're gonna get the twin stone!
Common?
Common.
Stone.
Stone, all right.
The twin stone. The stone that we had. The stone that we lost. The stone that was taken from us. The stone.
You're talking about going back to the Night Moss.
We were going to have to at some point, Captain.
And now we just have friends. We've more friends to help us.
And where did these friends come from, per se?
Well, I was taking a bath. So before you start saying that I summoned it, I was in my bath, taking care of myself as I should. Self-care is important.
Phrasing, but okay.
Yes, exactly. Listen, they have slutty brownies. A succubus was right here. It's lingering on me. And this.
You know, I've learned what it is. It's not everybody in every town. It's you two in every town we go to.
This is not news.
You offered a slutty brownie hatch. I don't want to fucking hear it. A slutty brownie to a succubus.
Well, I mean, she is a succubus. It's kind of not his fault past a certain point.
That is true. That is true.
You think she's gonna come back at some point?
Oh dear, darling.
Sure, it could be arranged.
No, that's not enough connections. Anyway, I was taking a bath, and this gentleman strolled in through a portal. Quite a gorgeous gentleman, I must say. Very, very respectful. And we just talked, chatted a bit, and then we made a deal. Meph and I.
Meth.
Meph.
Meth as in...
Mephistopheles. Yes, that one. Meph.
Oh, boy.
And I thought it would be in the best interest of the crew, since, you know, we kind of have some revenge. To, you know, those fuckers who killed. And she immediately turns back. Like death is a problem now. But, you know, I thought it all tied in quite nicely.
Were you coerced?
It's Mephistopheles. What other options are there?
When you say
Man.
coerced.
That moment when everything gets...
When you say coerced, by his stunning good looks.
This was a choice you entered willingly.
Yes, I did make this choice willingly.
She grabs a slutty brownie. I'm gonna choose to believe that.
Let's just say there was a deal. A deal was struck.
And what did he want?
The Twin Stone. The rock.
We didn't trust the Nightmares with it. Are we good? We're going to trust Mephistopheles with the Twin Stone.
You know, I figured we would figure that out once we got there.
Dora, you're a capable woman and I trust you. Just don't... You're not in over your head, right? Don't answer that.
It's Mephistopheles.
She looks at
Pushes
Brash.
it over her head.
She looks at Brash, who hasn't said a word. I mean, Meph really doesn't like Mr. Nightmare. They were actually... Brash hasn't said anything, so she's just kind of like... Is he frozen, or is he just sitting?
No, he's just
He's literally just hasn't moved.
I feel like Brash maybe passed out. Passed out sitting.
I'm gonna give Emma the chance to roll an insight check here.
Come on!
If you would like to.
I would love to, it's just I have negative fucking 1.
Yeah.
Let's look at a 19.
Yeah, you do.
10.
He's just listening right now. You can't really gather anything from that.
How I see it, she's like, goes up to you, like sparkles in her eyes. It's the lesser of two evils.
Brash is going to set all of the casseroles except for one down. It's going to take your hand.
Oh.
It's going to place it in your hand.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean?
And then he's going to turn around and he's going to walk back downstairs.
What do you mean? Wait, that's it? Hold on. Why aren't you arguing with me? Wait, hold on. As she kind of like storms out. You're supposed to argue with me.
Have fun.
You're supposed to yell at me. As she's
I'm sorry. Are we supposed to be included in the decisions you make now? Or...
If you come back in here, I can explain.
I don't think I can handle an explanation right now, Pandora. Or Dora, or whatever your name is. I honestly think I just need a moment of silence before my life turns upside down again.
It's always going to be turning, First Mate. You're on a fucking ship. She, like, storms back into the room. Back to Blanche and Hatch, who are just sitting there awkwardly. Well, listen. You don't have to do anything. I'll go on my own. I have 7 who I can call upon now. 7 people.
Now listen here, woman. We didn't go through all the bullshit we've been going through over the past couple of weeks just for you to jump ship when it gets a little bit difficult. Brash is upset. He has a right to be. You signed on with a demon.
Yes, but I didn't include... I made sure...
Did you ever think that maybe he's concerned for your safety? Is that why he's so upset?
She looks very confused at that.
So no.
No, I made sure your souls weren't in the deal. You were safe. So I don't see why he's
Dora.
upset.
You're part of our crew, Dora. And she just pats her arm very gently and walks out behind Brash.
I get up to follow Cap Blanche, and I just go, Pandora, we have our differences, but as someone who has died 3 times, I understand what it means for the captain and the first mate to care about someone's life. Not go downstairs also.
But it's just a life, she says as she's like so deeply confused.
I feel like this is gonna be the running. This is gonna be the running joke. The thing that Hatch holds over everybody for the rest of the campaign, however long it goes for, is
I
like,
died 3 times.
as someone who has died.
Who's the master of life and death? It's the man who died.
Yeah, I'm catching up. I'm catching up. I got one on the board.
Yeah.
We should get a running tally.
As someone who has seen the other
Who's the
side.
real necromancer?
Oh my god.
Okay, well, I think in this particular situation, it's particularly prescient, and it makes sense to the conversation at hand.
No, it absolutely made sense.
At this point, Pandora, you find yourself alone once again in the room. Hatch, you leave, and as your fingers gently begin to close the door, Pandora, from your perspective, time stops once again.
Oh, come on!
Samesh opens the portal and steps through, and she is joined by 6 other figures.
God damn it!
Samesh comes in, and it's almost like sort of mildly apologetic, her stance. She says, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry about this. I feel like I've started everything off on a bad foot for you, and I do apologize for that. That being said, Mephistopheles' orders were very clear, and he communicated to us that timing was a factor. And so, that being said, I would like to introduce you to the rest of our crew. I saw them in the halls of the Mephistar passing through, and I was just like, "Oh, hey, we have this new charge that we've been commissioned for. We should go. You want to go meet them?" And they were like, "Well, we're not doing anything yet, so why don't we go and we can go and introduce ourselves?" So, from left to right, we have Zibgak, the Render. What you see, Pandora, is this.
I should have been a cleric like my parents wanted!
Yeah, you should have.
I should have been a cleric like my parents
You were surrounded by like 7 nuclear bombs right now.
I should have been a cleric
But
like my
the
parents
tone of this is very like you're trying to get off the call with your dad or your mom, and they're like, "Oh, hey, your nephew's here. They just come and say hi. Come and say hi. Joshua, come here."
It is a Ababao. It's a Ababao demon, possesses the cunning of a devil and bloodthirstiness of a demon. It has leathery black skin pulled tight over its gaunt face, and has these menacing looking claws that, though it is appears sentient, like it does appear to be of a certain intelligence. The next being that Samesh introduces is Lefesh, the Knight. And you see this gentleman, a massive, almost the size of Brash Briggs.
Hi, hello.
He is a hulking humanoid that stands around about Brash's height. So, Brash, you are 7 foot.
Last time I checked, I think I was 7'5".
You were 7'5". He stands at about 7'5", almost about 500 pounds. Stone like skin with these massive tusks that suddenly like jut out from its face. Its eye is glowing this infernal green. It looks like it is armed to the teeth, and has all manner of just hellish weaponry sort of all over its body. The Orthon, Lefesh, the Orthon, the Knight, he very briefly, almost his skin takes on a slightly translucent as he sort of just flexes and stands, and he bows to you, Pandora. And he says, "A pleasure to meet you, mistress." And then Samesh moves on, and she says, "Oh, and his partner, Sarka, the Bound."
Partner?
Sarka is a chain devil. And he looks like this.
Didn't realize there was dating among the but it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, why wouldn't you? Hello. Love the pants. Love the pants.
Ben 10 BDSM.
I was gonna say, I'm like, am I the dom?
So that's
the dominatrix?
Next is there are actually 2 members of this group of 7 that have very stark similarities with each other. One of them is blue, one of them is black. The next one is Nox, the Disemboweler, and he is a black Abishai, and he looks like this. And then following that is Talak, Archon of the Black Knight, and he is a blue Abishai.
Yes, all these creatures in this room, I'm not terrified at all.
They're all barely fitting in the room, by the way.
I have an 11 AC.
Okay. And then finally, Samesh gestures to the last member of the 7 that has yet to be introduced, and that is Yagesh. Yagesh is where Samesh is sort of the embodiment of what it means to be a succubus in all of the ways. Yagesh is the male counterpart to that. He is a Cambion, and he looks like this.
I'm waiting patiently.
Hold on 1 second. I'm just...
Oh, hello, Daddy. I mean, hello, sir. Tell me, these summons are after hours included? You know, in case we wanted to chat.
I do not know why that would be necessary.
Oh.
But perhaps it would be best to address any inquiries to Samesh, and she will relay them.
Of course, yes. Yeah, absolutely. She's like freaking the fuck out!
Samesh sort of just very lightly strokes the shoulder of Yagesh.
Oh, it's your boyfriend. Okay. No, I don't know him. Sorry. Didn't look at him. Putting my eyes out now.
She smiles at you, Pandora, at your not subtle presumption, and she just looks at you and just chuckles. And she says, now that we are all met, you do know how. And she, again, gestures at the book. You do know how to summon us.
Yes.
I will say there is a cost associated with the summoning. So only call on us. Only summon us in an hour of great need.
Of course.
It wouldn't be wise to exact such a high toll on your mortal body. That cost would be quite heavy.
And just the stone, right? That's all we need?
We just require the twin stones, and once we have acquired them, then Mephistopheles will honor his end of the bargain, which was, I believe, releasing your grandfather from Mecania and returning him to the mortal plane.
Right. And you said is there like a timeline? Is this kind of like we can just kind of open contract?
Was not specifically dictated to us as to when this contract was to be fulfilled. He did specify that if it was taking longer than he would like, he also has empowered us to hurry it along.
I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, in our deal, everyone, it's new teammates, hello, hi, the souls of those who are helping me are not to be touched.
Yes, that was part of the bargain. They,
yes?
Your friends, they are not to be harassed or targeted in any way.
Right, so if we need to hurry things along, you just come tell me. Just come and have a little sit down with me, and we'll chat.
Yes, we'll try to make our appearances to the rest of the members of your band as infrequent as possible.
I think that would be best, as she's crowded in by these 7 giant fucking, like, hell devils and demons. I think that would be best. Yes. Well.
Now, our introductions made, we shall return to our plane. Very interested to see how this whole thing pans out. Working with you, I think it'll be a treat. Honestly, we've only really worked with a handful of other mortals.
Oh, and how did it turn out for them?
They're still alive.
Oh, well, that is A win is a win. Good for me.
Indeed.
Yes.
Any hoozle, we shall proceed back to our plane, and I trust that you will begin to move expeditiously towards the acquiring of your items.
Absolutely. You can count on the crew of the HARETRIGGER Purpley Stampede.
Interesting name. Anywho, ta-ta. And at this point, she gestures. And as she does, she turns her back and begins to proceed back through the portal. All of them turn to do. Yagesh is actually the last one in the line. And as he turns, he just sort of winks at you, Pandora, and is gone.
I think she's going to scream into her pillow. Stand up, brush herself off.
At this point, time has... And the door closes as Hatch has just finished closing the door as time is now fully moved
She
back.
kind of like flings herself against the door. Don't leave me alone, please! Please! Please, Hatch, wait. Please.
What? I open the door. What?
And she kind of like stumbles out because it was so crowded before. Just don't. And she kind of like grabs your shoulders. Just. Everyone needs to stop leaving me alone. Okay, everyone needs to stop leaving me alone in rooms so that the people.
It was half a second.
Yes, and
The
that
door
it
didn't even close.
exactly well, and it opened. Then it opened, Hatch, and now we have creatures in books, and not like the normal creatures in books.
Pandora. And I don't slap you, but I like.
You should. You should. Please do.
I don't feel good. I don't feel good slapping a person. I just kind of push your face, just like.
I think because she's a wizard, it like boom, like the gentle pass, like oh, thank you. I nearly lost my senses.
Are you hungry? You're not yourself when you're hungry here.
I'm starving.
Have something to eat, for God's sakes.
Yes, but now everyone's walking away, and we have to go, Hatch. We have to go get the stones.
Can I roll an insight? Because you're acting weird for someone who was sullen like a fraction of a second ago.
Sure.
Yes.
Give us an insight check.
3. If you're hungry, I don't know if I'm hungry. I can't tell
Hatch.
nothing if I'm hungry.
Hatch. It's not just because I'm hungry. Hatch, there were just 7 creatures from hell in that room.
How? We were. Come downstairs. We're gonna have more questions. How is it possible? We were just there for half a second.
And then they stopped the time. And then you all leave me alone in the room. And then I'm stuck there. And then I have to talk with the hell demons. You know, I was supposed to be a cleric. And
Slap you again.
The wheels have fully come off of Pandora in this moment. It's just like it has suddenly just reduced into sort of mindless babbling, just bits and pieces of her childhood backstory, and just these fragments of things that were supposed to be, but then
my mother was never proud of me. That's Pyramidnos. That's her name. Remember when I got mad at the guy?
And I pick up Pandora and I take her over to the water basin.
Definitely crying.
I'm gonna splash some water on your face.
Oh no, not my makeup. I just did it.
You just woke up. Did you sleep with makeup on? You shouldn't do that.
No, I tried to put on a bit of powder. Now it's running and it's fine.
Oh, you only got your powder on. You didn't even get to the foundation. I think you're good.
That's a good point, Hatch. And she's completely fine now that he said that. Didn't even touch my foundation. Let's go inform the others. You talk makeup to her, she's fine.
Got it.
The clarity needed.
Totally unhinged. Oh, Alta.
I'll get you a Sephora gift card later.
Ooh, I love Sephora.
If you promise to be on your best behavior, we'll go to Sephora.
Really? I've been dying for some new lippies.
I really have had my eye on the Urban Decay.
Urban Decay is the only brand I use. That's brilliant. That's fucking brilliant, Andy. Urban Decay.
I like the idea that all of us are individually
if
just
Sephora
very
wants
good
to
with makeup.
sponsor this episode, I'm not opposed. Just run a Sephora ad, just like right in the middle.
Right now.
Speaking of in the middle, we're going to take a break right here. And we're back.
Yes.
Pandora, you are led by Hatch after having sort of a nervous breakdown that then sort of is immediately you reconstitute yourself at the mention of certain makeup items that you have yet to apply. But as you leave the room, you also feel this surge of energy around your neck. And suddenly materializing from thin air is the second gift of Mephistopheles.
Okay, bro is like crushing on me so fucking hard.
Put that on a t-shirt.
I mean, I
need you to take a look. I need you to refresh your character sheet, and hopefully it shows up. And take a look at your inventory.
What's the catch? What's
You have
the
a boon.
catch?
I hope it's GTA 6.
But what's the catch, though? Damn, we got Pandora's necklace before GTA 6. Shut the
Man, I wish I was seeing what you were seeing.
It's a gun.
There is now an icy amulet that is hanging from your neck.
Oh, this
She's iced
changes-
out.
No, this changes everything.
What do
This
you mean?
changes everything. Can you see it, Kelsey?
Wait, what?
Can you see?
Wait,
Oh.
Should we be looking at something?
I'm checking.
Are we checking a character sheet? Can I check?
Wait, are we check? Wait a minute. Wait.
We're
Are we
all in the
refreshing
same
ours?
campaign.
Yep. I mean, you can see certain things on each other's character sheets, but there's other things you can't see.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just jealous of her wisdom score.
I don't get. Wait, no. Yo.
Oh my god. This changes everything.
It does. It literally does.
This changes everything.
Wow, what a apropos name. The Amulet of Great Wisdom.
This
That's
literally changes
incredible. That's incredible.
everything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
God, you have so many pluses. This is
Where's my -1?
That's the funniest thing I've seen in a fat minute. I love that. He literally said, "You're gonna need that."
Oh. That
What
is
am
the other
I-
side of this, huh?
What am I gonna do with the 22 fucking okay?
You're gonna be making a lot of wisdom saving throws.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, you are.
And you have no excuse for not passing the mission.
Yeah, it's like, if I give her this stuff, she's never gonna be able to use any of it without immediately going insane. So I better give her.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I'm sorry.
well.
I forgot. This is not actually. It's not called an amulet of greater wisdom. It is called the amulet of the Mephistopheles.
Equally as cool, mechanically still. Damn!
God damn.
Yeah, how do I... Okay, now she's wise. What the fuck?
I get myself a belt of giant's wisdom.
It immediately apparates on her neck, and she goes, "You know, in hindsight, I probably should have told them this because it would have given us."
I should not have taken this deal.
This seems poorly thought out.
Yeah, how do I play this? Oh god.
Suddenly, her accent changes completely.
Okay, yeah, no.
Third.
Yeah,
There's a
Andy,
third.
what's
Her
the
actual name is
wisest
Dorian.
accent? Go ahead, Andy. Tell me what the wisest accent.
Choose carefully.
Yeah, go ahead, choose.
Suddenly sounds like
I feel like, wouldn't it be
suddenly
like
sounds like
Morgan Freeman?
Galadriel.
Oh.
In place of a dark lord, you would have a queen.
Ah, yes.
Not
Morgan
dark,
Freeman,
but
the man
beautiful.
who played
Harem as a
Galadriel.
dawn.
You know what I mean? Like, it just fits perfectly.
That's incredible.
I-
Good job.
Just in
We
general
love that
sounds
for
like
you.
Kate Blanchett. That's it.
I'm a little overwhelmed. Okay,
This is a
Really?
lot for like 8:30 in the morning.
Technically, she hasn't even had a full breakfast yet.
I haven't
Yeah.
eaten anything.
I've had like 3 breakfasts already.
Hatch.
Hmm.
I can't explain why,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm a lot more emotionally aware of myself, which is a scary thing to say. And
That's interesting.
yes, and I want you to know that we're fucked.
Well, we've all been saying that basically every day. It's starting to lose all meaning.
Right. No, but we're really fucked this time. Remember when I said like, oh, we could like summon the gods and we can back and we're there.
Well, as someone who's died 3 times, I thought I was fucked every single one of those times, and it turned out not to be true. So, maybe this time that doesn't mean anything either.
And how has that affected, your well-being going forward?
I'm starting to learn to roll with the punches, and we're getting punched a lot, so you're gonna have to learn how to roll a lot. Would you like some eggs?
I would love something, because this is
Okay,
going to be a
'cause-
fun conversation.
I've been holding all of this for a while now.
Oh, okay. Here.
Yeah,
Just
it was
start,
more
like,
an invitation for you to
she-
take some of them.
I'll help. She takes it and goes,
Thank you.
Thank you for
What?
holding them.
Let's go downstairs. We're gonna have some breakfast, and once we've all had some food in our bellies, we'll have a right proper conversation about what's going on and what we're doing next.
That sounds like a wonderful course of action, Hatch.
Let's
you
go.
exit the bedroom and you walk downstairs and you find Captain Blanche, but no Brash Briggs.
Where's the first mate?
That's a good question. I thought I followed him down here, but I don't see him.
I wanted to. I know he doesn't want me to, but I really wanted to explain what happened.
I think it might be. Actually, you know what? I can't say that because I still have a -1 to my wisdom. So she's, I don't know. You can go find him if you want to.
Perhaps it's best to give him his space. Unless I could roll an insight check.
On what?
Just whatever.
I don't know. It just feels good to see a plus when there was a she'll say, I'll wait for him to come speak to me. He seems like he needs his space. But I do want to explain myself. These stones, we knew from the get-go, were going to be dangerous. And while I don't think it's great that we are handing them off to a force of the 9 hells, I think devils and demons tend to be a bit more predictable.
Well, in the very least, their motives are a little more obvious.
True.
What's that saying? Better the devil you know. Just be
Keep
sure
your friends close, enemies closer.
There's that too. Just be sure you're not getting yourself in over your head. We're already pretty well scuttled underwater with all this nonsense.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, Pandora. We've all managed to get ourselves here.
No, but... No, I'm sorry for everything. For not being able to communicate with each of you. What I was actually feeling. And hiding it behind bravado and melancholy. But I do appreciate you all being there for me these past few weeks.
Pandora, my dear, it's as though you don't know me at all.
I feel very comfortable with you, Captain Blanche.
And I you. All I ask is that you stay true to yourself, all right?
Well, I don't really know what that is, but I think I'm figuring it out.
Works for me.
And Hatch has died 3 times.
3? I only counted 2. When was the third?
Oh, well, and I go into like this long tirade of all the times I've died.
Number 2 was under the ship, and then number 3 was when Brash fell on top of me.
All right. Well, actually, where is that woman at? And she's going to start, Blanche is going to turn around and look and try to see if she can spot the tavern keep. I forgot what her name is already.
Rowena has...
Rowena.
As you are all standing on the main floor of the tavern, you do see that some people have come in for some, morning breakfast. Others, like the 2 drunks that were sitting by the hearth, they're like, "Oi, we did it again. We fell asleep at the tavern. Oh no, we need to go home." And they get up and they sort of stumble out of the main entrance of the wow, I am forgetting the name of my own tavern. You
guys are recovering. You're
yes,
recovering from Gen
it is
Con.
the Minstrel's Wane. The Minstrel's Wane.
The alcohol is really something.
Let us spot Rowena.
Yeah.
Okay. Rowena, dear, have you seen where my absolutely lovely first mate went? I thought I followed him down here, but, well, I mean, he's a little difficult to misplace, but here we are.
I don't know. You're his friends, so he did, as he was leaving the tavern, he did say something about needing to just collect his thoughts, and he asked where the quietest spot in the city would be. I told him the God's Oasis is probably the best place. That is technically outside the city, not necessarily entering the desert, but sort of the outskirts.
That's quite far, isn't it?
It's not terribly far. It's outside. It is outside the city, but it's not into the desert. It's sort of like the entrance to the desert. There are still people. It's still still a residential area.
This a situation where Brash would appreciate an initiation? Or is this a situation where Brash is like, I need alone time?
I think we got to figure that out for ourselves. We got to make a judgment call. How well do we know first mate?
How well do I know with my...
With your brand new superhuman intuition.
It's really weird.
I will leave that up
Weird empathy monster.
to your wisdom. What is this? Suddenly I feel
It's
other
literally
people's...
I can sympathize with everyone in a 10-mile radius.
I'm the Charles Xavier of empathy.
And yeah, I think... Yeah, I think Pandora's actually genuinely considering empathy.
Discovering it.
There's like an organ just like wheezing back to life.
And they say her heart grew 3 sizes.
Her empathy glands grew 3 sizes that day.
Like, it's odd. I've never really thought about anyone's feelings other than my own.
Who the fuck are you?
Hatch, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Is
You've
that
been
your
acting
room?
strange. Yeah. This is the key to the room. It's the only weapon I've got on hand.
It's the key in the room!
Anyway.
Anyway, before you stab me. I will go speak to the first mate, if that's all right, Captain.
Well, that's entirely your call, Pandora.
At least maybe take your time getting there.
I'll take the long way around.
Emma,
Yes.
please look at the amulet of the Mephistopheles.
Oh, no. What?
You've been elected the president.
What? No.
Yes, it
What?
does give
Oh,
a certain bonus
no.
to wisdom.
But not yet?
No. It gives you that bonus right now.
Yeah.
It's immediate.
You get IBS though.
Well, I'm looking, I don't see anything else. I just see where is granted 22 wisdom score.
Look with your special eyes.
I'm trying to look with my special eyes, guys.
Realize curses for medallions. Medallion curses.
What am I
Oh,
missing? What am I missing? Wait,
You might have to
Kelsey.
refresh. You might have to refresh.
I like how
the page.
Kelsey. I can see when Kelsey notices something.
Oh yeah, Kelsey's the first one I looked at whenever like someone posts something, like she usually reacts to it first.
Why did you turn off your No, I need to know what you saw. Oh, Jesus Christ. Every time, oh fuck, Jesus, Andy, this is terrifying. Every time a wisdom saving throw is rolled, the amulet becomes more brittle, digging into the skin of the wearer. On a total of 6 successes have been rolled, then the player rolls a percentile die, and if it's greater than 40, the amulet breaks. If it's below a 40, then the wearer becomes a member of the Unity. If it is a 40, nothing. What's the Unity? What's the Unity? What's the Unity?
You become a member of Unity.
What is that? What is
Oh
that?
my god, they sell a lot of
One-shot
assets
info
on the
coming in
Epic.
handy already.
What is that?
Don't worry about it.
No, what
yeah.
is it? What is
People
it?
use them to make really low-end video games. They're assets.
Shut the fuck.
What is it like undead? What is it?
It is not.
Well,
undead.
hold on. Pandora would not know anything about this.
Yeah.
No, this is for.
There's been no
No.
primer given to you in terms of what the particular attributes of certain
No,
gifts.
I'm just wearing a pretty necklace that makes my head clear.
Yeah, this is the Adderall of hell.
It's the Adderall. It really fucking is. It's the empathy Adderall of hell.
Yes. This is the Wellbutrin of
This
hell.
is what you're talking about.
Please contact your doctor if every time you try to roll a wisdom save, it gets more brittle. And then
I missed the quote that Seth said a second ago when I can't remember it. Now I'm sad.
If your
Fine.
wisdom score stays low for more than 4 hours.
Please contact the
Please
Mephistopheles.
contact your local doctor.
What
please
is
contact
the-
your local Unity representative.
What is the Unity?
Yes. So Pandora has made the offer to go find Brash on her own. What do the rest of you say to that?
Oh, well, Captain, I'm usually in favor of leaving people alone when it looks like they obviously want to be.
That makes 2 of us, and I have a letter I could write.
If you want to take care of that, I can go see about the rest of the chores that need to get done before we set sail again.
Oh no, it's just writing a letter. I can assist you with those. Well, accompany, if you don't mind.
So you're going to
Sure.
take a few minutes to write a letter?
I mean, after we do all the check-in stuff, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Great. Okay, so we're splitting the party. The Hatch and Blanche. This is a different split than we've done in the
A
past.
rare combo.
Yeah. So, Hatch and Captain Blanche, you are going to conduct business. We will start with you. So, Pandora has made the offer. She'll go find Brash Briggs. This seems to be something. There seems to be some existing conflict that the two of them need to resolve, and the Pandora is going to resolve it. And the two of you have known Pandora long enough, but also you, Captain Blanche, you know Brash, and you're like, if he is this upset about something, about the constant chicanery and nonsense that, Pandora always seems to get them messed up in, then they need to have it out. They need to talk things through. So
We'll let that storm boil.
Exactly. So
I don't want to be anywhere near it for that.
Nope.
In terms of the business that needs to be conducted today, the provisions, you need to resupply your ship. You need to finish paying. I believe we didn't give the 250 gold yet to Peter, the shipwright.
I thought didn't we pay when we first landed?
You paid 50. That was sort of the
docking
deposit,
fee.
the docking fee, and the sort of the deposit to start the repairs.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was pretty sure we put money down for it, but then we were informed that payment wasn't due until after it was complete.
Yeah. So there is, of course, just going over and seeing what work has been done, and then you have sort of an opportunity to explore the city a little bit more, if you so choose, or you can return back to the Minstrel's Wain.
Because there's all my usual stops are out.
Well, it'll be quick, I think, to we'll be quick to check on the boat real quick. A lot of people have mentioned the lizard racing and the arena. I don't know if you're much of a gambler.
I could lay down a bet or two. Wouldn't mind.
I have my vices. Maybe they'll let me participate.
Now that I would definitely bet on.
In the races. It's lizard races.
I'm the pony.
I haven't run since I was a wee lad, but I bet I could probably keep up with some of these young upstarts.
Oh, I must
Suddenly,
see
Genuine just starts playing in the background.
Now that I simply must see.
Okay. All right. You depart the Minstrel's Wain. It looks like Selamet is in full swing at this point. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. All of the shops are starting to open, and sort of the economy of the city is in full swing. The buying and selling and the import of some goods and the export of others being conducted upon the docks. Given your proximity to the docks, you do hear like a lot of the clatter and banging and yelling of commands from a variety of just seamen all over the docks. You also see just all sorts of like ship pieces and parts and things to build ships, but also things to repair them with. And they're sort of all being hauled back and forth from the docks. As you approach the Purpley Stampede, you do see that Peter the Shipwright and his crew of shipwrights have been very hard at work. Doesn't look completely finished yet. They of course need to finish rigging the sails that needed to be replaced. But in terms of the structural integrity of the ship, that it has been dramatically improved. it might actually be, just from a very cursory glance, it almost looks like it could be slightly faster. They've done some trimming here and there, and they've also they've repaired a lot of the wood, and they've not fully beached the ship or like dry docked it at all. But it is definitely where somebody has gone like beneath the waterline and scraped away some of the barnacles that have hung onto the ship that have, definitely slowed it down over a period. Because the Hair-Trigger has not been, you guys were moving from adventure to adventure and failure to failure, and have not had any money up until recently to actually outfit or repair the Hair-Trigger. But you see Beans standing on a little soapbox, so he has a little bit more height, as he's sort of like getting up the very top of the desk of his father's desk, and he's sort of looking over and he sees the two of you. He says, "Oh, Captain Blanche, Captain Blanche," and she just waving, just frantically.
Hello.
Hi. What do you think? What do you think? We've been working really hard. Papa and his friends, they've been very busy working through the night.
Well, it's very impressive. They did a very good job. Much appreciated. Where is your father, by the way?
Oh, he's right up there. And he just points up to the main rigging, and suddenly you see Peter the shipwright standing on one of the yardarms, and he notices you, and he swings down from the main yardarm right down onto the docks very gallantly.
Oh, I wouldn't give her a camcorder.
And
Get it.
Slap your
Do
shoulder.
those exist?
As he lands, he looks just sort of just very like Disney Prince almost, just suddenly just like lands and just very almost like he could break into song. And he strides up to the desk and sort of claps Beans on the shoulder and just looks at you all and says, "Captain Blanche, I trust that you find the repairs that we've done to your liking."
I can't seem to find a single thing you did wrong. Did you make it faster?
Well, we did some trimming here, and he points down at the bow of the ship, and we made some slight adjustments beneath the waterline. We also installed. We scraped away a lot of the gunk. You had a lot of seaweed that was just sort of sticking to the bottom of your vessel, which really did you no good. I'm sure you'll find you have increased your knots quite a bit. Once you get into open water. And, of course, with some of the adjustments and upgrades we've made, and he points up towards the front of the ship, you see where he's added some additional rigging where you might be able to hang more sails if you wanted to increase your speed with a good wind. And so all that, and we also, there was a little bit of a gift that was given to me by one of the merchant captains, who is very well known in the areas of the Kingdom of Nimrion. He ended up giving me a bucket of just maps and all manner of charts for a lot of the different waters that exist. It's at this point that you see Dozer sort of standing on the gangway, just sort of looking down, and he sort of just nods at you, Blanche and Hatch.
Nod back.
Yeah.
You see Felix suddenly appear on his shoulder, and then disappear, and then reappear on Captain Blanche's shoulder. Peter, meanwhile, is like, that's a very white otter.
Oh, he's ever so friendly.
I did not know it could do that. Oh, we've been here this entire time. I've never seen him do that once.
Never been around a lot of otters, I see.
I've seen a fair amount, at least in my seafaring days.
I assure you, you've never seen one quite like this.
I do not doubt that.
So,
yes.
just to go back to business here, what kind of time frame are we looking at?
Well,
No rush.
since we worked through the
little
night,
rush.
we were able to cut the time in half. We should have you underway within the next day or so.
Day or so. I'd take a look at the captain. Do we need to be back in the open waters in a day or so, or a day? I feel like a day might be better.
A day would be better, but I hate to rush good craftsmanship.
If you wish to expedite the whole process, then I will need to hire additional workers, which will increase, unfortunately. The bill that I set out to you before, it would probably be an additional 50 gold.
That's fine.
Oh, well, if that's fine. Then we will take the final 50 deposit upon completion. And then I will, of course, I'll probably be able to hire 2 or 3 additional workers to complete the outfitting. Do you seek any additional, since we've been able to make your vessel slightly more efficient, we also, because we've made her faster, we've also added some spacing where we might be able to install additional weaponry. Would you be interested in something like that?
Absolutely.
What kind of weaponry exactly?
Well, there's a decommissioned naval vessel that we were in the process of just stripping down for parts, and it's seen better days. But the guns are still very effective, and they are old, but they are still very well made and good craftsmanship. Obviously, from areas that are probably down in the south of the Kingdom of Nimrion.
We may very well need some guns.
Agreed.
I'd say a ship of your size, we might be able to get 4 guns on each side.
Fabulous.
Does the HARETRIGGER have any weaponry already?
You do have several smaller cannon.
Like some
these
cannonade kind of...
Yeah. You also have some ballista that are on the vessel as well. Basically, what they've done by making your vessel more efficient, they've removed the ballista, and he's giving you the option to add like 4 high caliber cannon.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Y'all. No show.
Okay. That upgrade will run you an additional 50 gold.
Really dragging us over the coals here, Peter.
I am merely doing what a shipwright such as myself in a market such as this would do to any client. I am doing my best to upsell you.
What sort of discount could you offer if I could maybe find you a decent date for an evening?
He completely turns bright red. And he well, a decent date, you say? That's an interesting proposition. To be clear, Emma, are you saying no, absolutely not, do not do this, or are you saying
No?
Okay.
I love it. That's
Pandora.
That's Pandora. Emma's going. Kelsey.
I think if we needed to pull the rips cord on this, I think there was also the idea that he may have been interested in the owner of the tavern.
The owner's into him, and I was gonna try to set them up, so it could be with her too.
We could do a triangle. A triangle would be
if
Pandora
you want.
would like a triangle, wouldn't she?
I'm not not worried about any of that. I'm more worried about the fact that she needs to learn about making deals with the consent of everybody present. So, Peter.
So we're all doing this in our own way, I see.
Is this like the biggest fuck you I've ever seen in the game?
Or, but it's brilliantly done because it will make sense to her.
Yeah.
Now I feel empathy.
Beans is also like within earshot of this, and he sort of perks up, and he's, yeah. Papa, I think that is a capital idea. Don't worry. If they're able to put together some kind of, a romantic evening for you, that would be excellent, wouldn't it? I can hold things down here, and keep the cruise moving. He chuckles. Peter chuckles at Beans, and is just like, you are very spirited. I appreciate it. I'm not disinterested. As to a discount, I'll just toss in the cannons.
Well, I don't want you to lose any money out on this deal. Just, we're paying an extra 50 gold already. Well, that's perfectly fair, honestly. All right.
I mean, a night at the gladiatorial arena, maybe some lizard racing thrown in there, perhaps some drinks at the Minstrel's Wane.
Drinks at the Minstrel's Wane is about all I can guarantee you. Anything else is going to be on you, good sir.
Maybe end the night with drinks.
Well, or not. You never know.
Just some helpful advice.
This is the wrong music for these types of shenanigans.
Very
you don't think uplifting power chords and
Where is my awkward music?
This uplifting music as Pandora is marched to the altar.
Oh, we really can't let that lady know that we're setting the guy she's into.
I'm full on expecting a cat fight.
I mean, I'm not going to get any good food anymore. So she's gonna
Peter,
kick us out.
I know.
Peter gets himself together and says, "Well, I'll have to spend the rest of the day preparing and planning,
and hiring the other people to take care of the boat, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Of course. I'll have that done
Great.
within the hour. And thankfully, it's fairly early in the day, so some of the contract workers are not fully spoken for yet. So it should be very easy to bring them into my employ.
Perfect.
Yes. So just to be clear, we are talking about your half-orc friend, correct?
Well, that is the lady that you were eyeing as we came in, was it not?
Yes.
Uh-huh. I saw that.
She looks like an incredibly strong woman of great constitution and character.
Oh, I'm certain she'll be happy to show you all of her constitution and character just a little later this evening.
Okay, maybe you
blushes
don't need to start
even
with
deeper.
drinks.
And he's Beans, I'll have to go home and get my suit ready. He is a total nerd, and he is horrible at interacting with the Farer.
This is not Pandora's type. This is Emma's type. this is Emma's type.
The business being concluded, both romantic and otherwise. The two of you are now off to the lizard races. I'm assuming.
Just to check it out, at least, if nothing else. Just kind of.
Well, you are off to the lizard races. We will.
I just want to
catch
point
up
out
with
Pandora has a straight up harem now.
Don't lick your teeth with that. Don't fucking lick, you pervert.
Listen, equity, my friends.
Love Pentagon.
I will say this, just in case people are watching this episode and they haven't gone back, I have not done anything with Pandora's character ever. I've done things with Hatch. Hatch has been hit on so many times it's not even funny anymore. I don't even actually have to do anything with Captain Blanche. Captain Blanche just does shit. They're just like, are they hot? Cool. And then we have the very faintest of sparks of a potential romance with Brash and Florencia of the Florencia and the Machines.
I feel like Brash has the most cheer-onable love life right now.
Well, I was cheering for the Minotaur too with Captain Blanche, and I still am.
I forgot about him. I forgot about Daddy.
Daddy.
I will never forget about him because she's got to write him another letter.
It's gonna be really good when we all have to go back to Brecca and we all have to face these again.
Y'all do.
They'll notice you're there.
She left him a letter.
Blanche is never going to forget that. I
left-
had her roll I rolled a d20 for how much she liked him, and he talked bugs, and she rolled a natural 20. So it's like,
I knew they were in love. I knew it.
My little love bug.
they
Fucking knew it.
literally knew each other a whole solid day. Chill.
I fucking knew it. They love each
We
other.
know Thaddeus just as much.
We will return, of course, to Pandora. Pandora, you exit out the main entrance of the Minstrel's Wain, and you immediately head off in the direction of God's Oasis. God's Oasis is technically outside of the city walls. Let me just make sure that that's exactly true. There we go. There we are. Yes, God's Oasis. It's just outside the city's eastern wall, and there is a main road that takes you out of the city onto what looks to be almost the faintest beginnings of like some kind of highway that goes out into the desert. It looks like a fairly well-trodden path that it looks like many different merchant caravans use. To get to the other cities along the coast. Give me a survival. Not a survival.
It's good. I've got +6 anyway now.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh. Why is my investigation? Oh, because I didn't. Never mind. We're good. 12.
Okay. This is a completely new city to you, so you're not entirely aware of sort of the flow of it. But you were given directions as to like where to go. And you do see sort of the main thoroughfare that leads out of the God's Oasis gate that takes you out into the desert. You do see that there is several. It's like a residential area that sort of are on the borders of the walls. So it's like the main city walls and everything inside it, but then there's like almost a residential suburbs directly on the other side of the wall. Sort of just, it's almost a wall unto itself in a way, just because of how it is immediately right outside. I will ask Brash, where are you in the God's Oasis? Are you still in the God's Oasis?
I would be in the God's Oasis, and Brash would, depending if the way I'm imagining it is like there's like a shore, and he'd kind of just be sitting near there, and out in front of him he would just kind of have his belongings spread out. He would have maybe the horn on his right, the drum right in front of him, but he's not playing it. And then he'd have like some parchment and stuff kind of spread over to his left. And he's kind of just sitting there looking back over them over again, and he's not playing anything right now. He's very deep in thought. Like, if anybody else were to look at him, they would very clearly know that he's going through it probably.
Okay. Pandora, you exit the city gates, and you do see that at the exit, or at the gates themselves, there are 4 black robed guardsmen and black armored guardsmen who appear to be essentially the police force of Selamet. And they belong to whatever ruling sort of dukedom or family or duchess family that belongs or that not owns the city but governs the city of Selamet. As you exit the city, you see sitting solitary off to the side, not on the road itself, but off to the side of the road that stretches out into the desert, sort of looking off, is Brash. He has his instruments in front of him and paper.
I think she'll at first try to make her steps heard to see if he acknowledges that someone else's presence is there, and then go from there. Like, if he even notices, like, the sounds around him.
Brash, give me a perception check. Actually, you'll probably be able to do this with advantage because you'd be able to do it off of a smell.
Okay. 19.
You are aware that Pandora is behind you.
As you were kind of stepping closer, you'd see his ear just kind of
Flicker.
Yeah, from your steps.
When
He'll
she's...
just stand up, kind of just turn and look at you and wait.
May I sit with you?
He'll gesture beside him.
She'll sit down next to him, taking in also the music. Is this a bad thing? Am I supposed to, I'm scared. Are you?
We don't know.
What does this mean, Andy? Okay, so, okay. I'm sitting down next to you.
I'll sit back down.
Music that I felt very clearly depicts Brash's state of mind right now.
Oh, Jesus. She'll sit down next to him and see the objects out on the ground. I'm sorry, I'm muting the music because I won't be able, metagame. Okay. You've been hurting for a long time. She sees him nod and says, and instead of tending to your own wounds, it's a lot lighter to carry the baggage and burdens of others. I can't imagine how heavy that must be.
What did they promise you?
They would bring him back.
Who?
My grandfather.
You believe him?
Brash. I find that we are often at odds ends, both comically at times and in cases like this, not so comically. Do you know what a narcissist is?
His eyes slide to you slowly.
She nods. I have a very hard time understanding how other people feel. I have a hard time caring. That's why I don't have any friends. But the only person who's ever cared about me from the get-go was my grandfather. And you remind me so much of him. It's quite aggravating.
Did you not listen to him too?
She nods. Never. Even when he was telling me he loved me.
How'd he die? If I may ask.
Our city fell. Because devils were fighting in the sky. He's not... It's his soul that's in jeopardy. You came to talk to me when I was broken. Even if you didn't want to. And to be quite honest, I don't want to do this, but I know that you need someone to sit with you right now.
So, the you that we first met, Pandora,
Yes.
that was figure out a way, make them all pay Pandora.
It was... Pandora is a mask. And I couldn't wear it anymore when I saw what happened to Friedrich. Because for the first time, I saw that death could be gentle. I saw that death could be kind. I saw that death could be rest. Because that's what he deserved. Rest.
As you say that, you see a scowl, real subtle, kind of creep on his face, and his eyes just move to the horn.
I assume
No, it can't.
death is not rest for some, you're saying? She looks at the horn, looks to you.
I'm saying it's not gentle.
It's not what.
Nothing about what happened to Friedrich was gentle. Nothing about what happened to my father was gentle.
No.
But it is permanent.
Then she looks at you and goes, it is. Necromancy taps into the weave. It cannot return a soul to a body. It is a flesh vessel. Once a soul departs, that is permanent. Unless, of course, by some godly means. But would they listen? Who took him from you?
I don't know. And I think that's what hurts the most.
If you knew who did, what would you do?
And that's what scares me the most. I know we're not too different, but you are. It's not a sweet title that I just plaster on anybody. It is a hard, brutal badge to wear. But it does mean I will do everything in my power to protect you and to make sure we get out of this alive. And considering that you've already put pen to paper, I guess it means I'm fighting a devil.
I made sure your souls were not touched in any way, shape, or form.
I don't care about my soul.
I know you care about mine, but I care about yours. I care about what this will do to you. I care about what it's already done to you.
Just do me a favor.
She waits.
No more packs. At least not without us in the room.
I don't think there's ever going to be another pact. I wish I could have done it by myself. That's why I was a wizard. Because I could do it all on my own. All I needed were books and pens and paper, like you said. I didn't have to ask the gods for help. I didn't have to ask a crew for help. I just had myself. And I took that deal because I am weak, Brash. I will never be as strong as you.
And I'll never be as smart as you.
I'm not smart, I'm just cruel.
Shut the hell up.
What? I'm feeling very worldly today.
Do you realize that the first time Blanche ever read a map correctly was because of you?
How long have y'all been pirates again?
We are, without a doubt, the worst pirates you've ever heard of.
It's not important. It's
Let's not get
It's a
caught
wonder
up in
they've lasted
details.
this long.
it really kind of is.
A little bit.
Do you know the first time I've ever been at a loss for words was when you snapped at me?
We cover each other's weaknesses. We build each other's strengths. That was a bargain me and Blanche made not too long ago. Just think it's time the rest of the crew takes part in that.
And since I can think so clearly right now, I also made the deal because I do believe we are entwined in the destiny of these lands. For some reason, that stone came to us. And why I wanted to give it to you to attune to is because I would know you would never use it as I would. It's why I know that if you come with me, we'll find a way to make sure it doesn't get any worse. Now, if it ends up in the hands of Mephistopheles, which is where the direction it's going, you know, there's out clauses and things like that.
Is there?
Nope, but we'll find one.
It's optimistic.
All I know is that Mephistopheles didn't kill Friedrich.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
But Lord
Okay.
Nightmore's friend did. And that is very simplistic and foolish of me. But while I have a hard time feeling love, I do understand possession. And Friedrich was ours. He was mine. And he was yours. And no one touches our fucking stuff.
Okay. So, that lady, she's on our side now?
7 of them, apparently. I also...
There's 7 ladies on our side now.
No, no, please. Hatch would drool. There's 7 large demons, and to be fair, every time I'm summoned, time stops. So, for some reason, and I wish I could run to you all and talk to you, but you're frozen. So it's hard for me to bring you into the deal when you're frozen. And I tried to say, well, can I come back to you? And it wasn't a more like a, yeah, I'll give you a moment to think on it. I was not allowed a moment to think on it. It had to be then there. So I made a rash decision. And I am sorry. I'm not really sorry, but I know that's what I'm supposed to say, so I am saying I am sorry.
It's a start.
Baby steps.
Let's grow up fast then. All right.
She actually laughs.
We'll come up with a plan, and then we'll put some heads on pikes.
Maybe. If you want. We can...
I think I've wanted to for a long time.
You need to indulge
I
your
haven't
dark
admitted it.
side. Yes, you need to indulge your dark side. You're so sweet, so kind. You are sweet, sugary goodness and all the light in the world. And now it's time for you to burn shit, blow it up, and fuck bitches up, rightly so. Please, please. If you want, we can swap. I'll be the good one, she says, question mark.
Nope. And Brash will start to stand up.
I think I could do it.
I've seen you when you're angry, alright? And we need that. I've seen you take down an entire ship with a single fireball. And that is the kind of Pandora-istness that we're gonna need. So, if we're gonna be pirates...
I've also seen the first mate crumble an entire building with his anger. So why don't you bring that brash to the table, and I'll bring the considerate, caring, emotionally vulnerable.
Like a vein throbbing in your neck.
Okay. Alright. If you want to.
Yes.
I'll flip the switch when it's time, you flip the switch when it's time, and we'll...
You just give me the go and we'll swap. We need to... It's all about sharing duties as a crew.
We cover each other's weaknesses, like I said.
And we are each other's strengths.
Alright. We're pirates.
We're pirates.
I'll extend a hand down to her. Let's start acting like it.
She'll spit on her hand and grab yours and go, I don't really know if that was a pirate thing, but it felt grotesque, so I thought it was in line.
That's the spirit. He'll pull her up to her feet.
What was his name, by the way?
Brax.
Brax Briggs and Brash Briggs.
What's my mother's name?
It was Birdie.
That's right. That's right.
Is it
And
really
it's Captain Blanche.
Mine, yeah. Birdie and Brax, and they had a son named Brash.
Aww. Well, maybe. We might be able to say hi to Brax, too.
If it happens, it happens.
Hopefully he's not trapped in the hells, though, with his soul. I would not wish that for him.
I don't know. He wasn't.
But he was a pirate, so there's a good chance, maybe.
He wasn't the kindest man to people who weren't his crew or his family. Let's just say that.
So he was you.
I think that's the first time anyone has actually outright compared Brash to his father in a positive way. And it kind of like... You see him sway for a second. Like the words themselves, like, hit him. No. He was better than I was,
Death is not.
but I'm working on it.
Death is not always permanent, says the necromancer. Lives live on in other ways. Through people. She looks at the horn and looks at you.
He bends down and picks up the horn, picks up his drum, picks up the sheets of paper. There's a lot of rough scribbles of stanzas that are like half finished from what you can glean on them. There's not a single page that is actually full. It's like somebody started writing and then halfway through stopped.
She will
Any-
pluck. Oh, go for it.
Oh, no, go for it. Yeah.
Because she will pluck the pages out of his hand and says, "You don't need sheet music. You're
It's-
natural. Play me something right now. Entertain me."
They're not sheet music. They're song lyrics.
Peers at it.
You see a song that is not finished called Sand Spurs. And it roughly describes a child growing up in Purpley. And then some storm clouds gather, and then it stops.
You bards have the best way of fucking healing. I envy you.
Thank you.
Fuck you, she
And
says.
he'll take the sheets.
No, really, fuck you. I wish
No,
I
I-
could jot down to paper my childhood traumas, but no, I have to repress them and shove them deep, deep down, and you turn it into a beautiful story to share with others and to commiserate and connect over. Ugh!
Well, for being 100% honest, I never meant for anybody to see that, so,
Well, I did, and she's throwing her hair back. And I won't say anything because I'm being nice now. She turns around and flips at you, pointing
is
her
that
finger.
what we're calling this?
Yes, I'm being you now, so I'm being nice, so I
You're
won't
being
tell
you.
anyone.
And how I
Yes.
act at all.
Yes, it is.
First of all, I don't have hair like this, so I don't go flipping a whippy-dippy all around.
She flips it in your face. That's right, you
Okay.
don't. And gods, you would have been stunning if you did.
All right, how about you just start walking and I'm going to follow you?
She starts walking. So, what if I gave you all of my childhood insecurities and traumas and you penned it into a song for me so that I can process it that way?
And if
on
you
that
feel like
note-
crying,
On that note, we will return once again as Brash and Pandora return back within the walls of the city, passing the Black Guard on their way back through. The Black Guard. Actually, both of you give me insight checks.
Brash, now that I'm pretending to be you, I'm so insightful!
I'm not.
What? This is the first time in history. 19.
This is the first time I've rolled high.
This is the first time I fucking rolled high on insight. It's weird. It's weird.
On a 19, of the 4 guards that you saw as you passed through, there are 3 that barely give you any notice. They saw you exit, and now they saw you come back in. 1 guard seems to be following your movements, at least until you turn a corner, and then you're lost to sight. He seems to be sort of fixated on you.
She says to Brash, "Normally I don't give a fuck about other people watching us unless they're watching me, in which case I like when people gaze at me and pay attention to me because I'm pretty. But I don't
You're an
think
attention sponge, I got it.
Yes, but that was not why he was watching us. One of the guards was watching us clearly. I don't know why, but it seemed very suspicious.
Have you stolen anything?
How dare you?
I'm just asking.
Have you?
No,
I've only stolen hearts.
just walk.
She's like, I told you I'm a textbook narcissist. I don't know how else to explain this to you.
As you proceed back into the city, we will pick up with our illustrious captain and Hatch. The area known as Dune Crest, which is just south of the city walls. It is where the gladiatorial arena and the lizard races take place. As you exit the city, this is a very it is a very well-to-do part of the city, and you see, as it sort of stretches out before you, the wide variety of just tall buildings that are in this space. Some of them look to be like they were built up very high with domes on the top of them that look to be made of glass. Give me a perception check, both of you. 11.
Nat 20. Guys, I
4.
never fucking rolled. Oh, wait.
So, on 11, Hatch has never seen a large telescope before. So you wouldn't, but you do see a very large cylinder that is sort of poking out of the glass dome of one of these tall buildings. It's an odd addition to the top of a building that you've never witnessed before. But you're not entirely sure what it is. All you know is that it's pointed towards the heavens. And the people who are going in and out of that particular building seem to be wearing robes that would you definitely ascribe to like a mage or some kind of learned individual. Unless you are planning to stop, there are you can see sort of the high walls of the gladiatorial arena, and so that is off to the east. To the west, you have the lizard racing.
Well, Captain, I believe we have the afternoon to ourselves. Anything you'd like to see?
I'm happy to follow you around, Hatch. Trust me, that not usually used to seeing all the rest of the sights, so I'm following you today.
There's certainly a lot of things here that I would not have expected a smaller town than Brecca to have. That large, it looks like a cannon of some kind. I don't know what kind of ammunition they would load into such a large cannon, but it must do some serious damage.
Would the end of this giant telescope be any or at all reminiscent or similar to a monocular?
Explain a monocular, please.
Telescope.
Oh, you mean just like a legitimate like handheld telescope?
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has some similarities. Yeah.
It's tube shaped, yeah.
That looks a lot like this thing I got right here. Just bigger.
What is so big?
Now that Hatch is pointed out to you, you definitely are able to sort of see, and just based off of the knowledge that you have in being a captain aboard a seafaring vessel, you're just like, oh, it's just larger.
Oh.
And it is pointed at the heavens and not pointed at any it's not pointed at the sea, it's not pointed at the land around it.
I'm almost curious exactly what it is they're looking at over there. Would you mind stopping for a quick minute, and then we can go to the lizard races after that?
By all means.
Fabulous.
So you're saying it's not a cannon? It's not like a big...
No.
magic-powered beam of some kind?
Well, I wouldn't go that far exactly. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just curious exactly what they've got going on there.
Well, I think it's a cannon. I have a copper piece says it's a cannon.
I'll take that bet.
All right.
We're already bet.
I lean down.
And
we'll head inside.
Yeah.
Okay. You approach the entrance of this one particular tower structure, and as you get closer, you see that the architecture, it's not the same, but it is vaguely reminiscent of the architecture that you saw in the candles. And it is, in terms of it is being a very tall tower that belongs to a group of mages. As you approach the front entrance, there are two mages standing there. They're not guards necessarily, but they are sort of like posted up at the door. One of them, as you approach, one of them regards you and says, "Hello, how are you this evening?" I'm sorry. This morning.
We are doing all right. I'm sorry. That is such a peculiar accent. May I ask where you're from, if that is not too rude?
Oh, that's not rude at all. I'm from the West.
Blanche is very unashamedly just listening, just fascinated.
But excuse me, we're getting off topic. What is this? What is this, all of this?
Oh, well, this is our, it is an instrument that we use to gaze into the heavens, and we use
I plop a copper in your in your hand.
Oh, yes. For what reason am I being?
Oh no, into
That's
Blanche's
Blanche.
hand. Our little
into
bet.
Blanche's hand. Oh,
Yeah.
Because I won.
He sees the copper exchange hand, doesn't pay any mind to it. Yes, we use it to gaze upon our moon, and also the celestial objects that we spy in the heavens.
Has there been anything of changing import going on in said heavens recently at all?
Both of the mages suddenly just sort of look at you. It was not a question they were expecting from a lay person, and someone who clearly doesn't look like a wizard or a magic user.
I don't look smart at all.
Yeah.
That is a very interesting question. There actually have been some very significant celestial developments that we have spied within the recent weeks.
Really? Pulls out a notebook and put, do tell.
Well,
Ringo, come here. Me and Paul try to. Someone here want to talk?
I love this
George.
accent. I love these NPCs.
God damn it! Now I'm not gonna be able to get through this now. Oh,
I'm a little starstruck. That's all.
God damn it! I'm not. No, this is impossible. I'm not gonna be able to get through without somebody thinking of Ringo Starr.
Have another one of them speak. Or are there four of them?
No,
Hey
it's just
everyone,
two.
I'm George Harrison. I'll take over from here.
Super deep George Harrison.
Wow. Okay. The mage regards you. The mage regards you, Captain Blanche, and sees you pulling out a notepad. And he says, why tell you when I can just show you?
Like both ears straight up and forward.
If you are curious, Dragonborn, Harem, please enter. We are open to the public, to those who are reasonably seeking knowledge.
Not my usual fare, but there's a lot going on. It's not my usual fare. So yes.
And I am not exactly the smartest lizard you'll ever find, but these sorts of things are fascinating in their own way, even for a layperson.
Well, it would be, I think, advantageous to you then to grow in your knowledge of the universe. But come, let me enlighten you. And he gestures to the interior of the building.
Blanche will walk inside. I'm sorry, I had a very bad joke.
I'll follow behind the cat.
Blanche walks in. She looks for a hot dog stand. Not gonna make me one with everything? I said it was bad.
Oh my god. Yes. Welcome to the Order of the Fading Tower. Within, we have at our pinnacle, we have an invention that we have managed to uncover. Built very similarly to one that is housed within the city of Brecca. We call it a telescope.
It's not a cannon. Doesn't shoot anything.
No, it does not shoot anything. But
Chinks both coins.
if you will come with me, and at this point you see many different members of the order, none of them speaking. This is the only one that is speaking. You see this gentleman pull back his hood, and he is a human male. He offers his hand, and it's just a handshake. Says, "Hello, just so that we're on, the up and up. My name is Gertis."
Blanche.
Pleasure, Blanche.
Hatch. Wonderful to meet you.
Hatch, always a pleasure to meet a Dragonborn. Please, right this way. And he gestures over to a pulley elevator system. And I'm assuming you're following.
Yes.
Okay. He flips the switch, and the elevator begins to immediately ascend, the counterweight dropping down along with you as you ascend. Eventually, you do make it to the topmost platform, and as you arrive, you see this telescope is massive. It is made of crystal and to be brass and gold finishings. It is a cylinder. There are many different viewing ports so that multiple mages might be able to look in on it. Both of you give me an Arcana check.
Arcana check. I actually have a +1 to this. 17. Maybe I should have been a wizard.
17 and a salty 20. Both of you, as you are ascending, there's nothing sinister about this place, but you do feel there's something slightly off. And it seems to be getting even more powerful of a impression as you approach the telescope. Would you care to look inside?
Yes. Is there... You burn incense or anything in here?
Oh no, we wouldn't do that. No. It wouldn't be good for our observations. Obscure the glass.
I was keeping a straight face really good until you cracked.
Our commanding officer, Sergeant Pepper, wouldn't like that. Lock us in our yellow submarine again.
I was keeping such a good straight face.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, this, all right, that's, I don't, look,
If you are
yes.
If you're uneasy, Captain, I can go in first.
It's just, I don't know, there's something about this place. It doesn't quite sit right, does it?
Oftentimes, fear is just something we do not understand yet. Perhaps that's all it is.
Possible, I suppose, but it's not very often my intuition is wrong. Anyway.
My
yes,
intuition is always wrong, so I've just
well.
learned to just do something and then figure it out later.
Well, that would be why you died 3 times, Hatch. It might be time to update that particular philosophy.
I'm also someone who's come back 3 times, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing gonna keep me down, ain't nothing gonna break up my stride, alright? I think I got the lyrics mixed up there, but you understand.
No, you didn't. That's the thing. Those are
okay,
right.
Good.
And yeah, Blanche will approach the telescope. She's just, it's like, there's like that nagging in the back of her mind, like, there's something about this place I don't like. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
I'll lean down and whisper, if something goes wrong, we can get out of here immediately. And I kind of pat my sword. We always have an exit.
That is actually quite comforting, Patch. Thank you.
Approach the telescope.
Are you both looking through it at the same time?
Can you? Is there a
He did
Yes.
say there was multiple ports,
there
so
was
yeah, we can.
multiple ports. Oh, man. Well, then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I need both of you to give me perception checks. And you will do it at advantage because you are doing it with the aid of the telescope.
That is a 9.
That's another salty 20.
Wait, Seth, what was your lower roll?
I have a -2, so I rolled a 7 and an 11.
Oh.
Okay. There is Hatch, it takes a second for your eyes to sort of like focus.
Sideways eyes.
Sort of having a hard time getting, your bearings, looking through the telescope, trying to figure out like what it is pointed at. At this point, you feel the telescope begin to shift and move, just realigning itself. The mage, Gertis, says,
"Oh, hold on one second. Let me quickly just reorientate it. Obviously, the objects that we've been tracking, they've moved since we last looked through. So here we go." And there's another pulley and gear system that is working to turn the telescope just ever so slightly. As he does this, Blanche, it is still daytime, but you are able to, through whatever magic that is being used in this moment, you are able to see past the sky of Odromia, past into the depths of space. You're seeing the stars. And then something moves across the lens. And it is a ball of fire. Do you see it?
Yes. What is that?
The rest of us, the fading tower, we do not know. We have not been able to ascertain what kind of celestial object or event might be befalling us, but based off of the maths that we've done and the calculations that we have made, it would appear that this object will definitely be making an impact within the next couple of weeks.
I don't suppose in your maths you have figured out where.
That yet, just because it is a newly discovered object, we have not been able to figure out exactly where it will make impact.
Are we in danger?
We do not believe so. We believe that it is a relatively small object. But I do say there is a second one that we actually discovered just last night. And he reorients the telescope.
Twins, I look at the captain.
Captain Blanche, you see as the telescope moves, suddenly it shifts, and there is another fiery object that suddenly crosses the lens, but it is a green flame.
Oh. This Okay. Oh, there's just so much going on nowadays. Isn't this just fantastic?
Oh yes, very much going on. Not to mention the strange things that happened a couple of weeks ago back in Brekka. The whole shimmering portals and the breaks in reality.
Yes, there's been quite a lot of goings on in the past few weeks, hasn't there? I'm trying to decipher what you're saying, Emma, but I have no idea.
Breaks in reality? What fucking breaks in reality?
The gods.
Gertis looks at you, and he has this almost serene look on his face. And he says, in suddenly a more serious voice, "Well, now that you have seen what you have seen, and gleaned a small amount of knowledge, and stripped bare a fragment of your ignorance, I believe it is time for you to leave."
Okay. Is everything quite all right? Is something? Come on, Hatch. It's like she all of a sudden really wants to be out of here.
Yeah, I think we got an appointment at the gladiatorial arena. Why don't we?
There's a place for the thing. Let's go.
Yes, thank you so much. You've all been so kind.
You're almost welcome.
Yes.
We'll say
Okay.
that I trust that what you have seen here today will aid you in the days and weeks to come.
I am absolute garbage at this, but I really want to roll an insight check. Like, I know it's not going to go well, but I want to roll an insight check.
I do not want to figure anything out. I want to leave now.
Insight, where is it? I know what it's about. Oh, that's actually pretty good. 18.
I'll say, as you see him speaking, you see him speaking to you, but then you also see his mouth moving, not in time with the words that you're hearing. Hatch and Captain Blanche, you suddenly find yourself not standing on top of a platform, on top of a very large building, a tower, a mage's tower, within the city of Selamet. You suddenly find yourself standing in the streets of Selamet. And as you turn, there is no tower. tower has vanished.
Is it just an empty lot, or is there a building in its place? A
There's-
TCBY?
It looks like
or-
a standard like residential apartment building.
That happened,
both.
right?
Yeah, we were both there. We're not crazy.
No, we're not. I'm not. I know I'm not.
What did they call themselves?
Oh,
They called them Order of the Fading Tower.
Order of the... Yes, that was it.
We are going to need to look that up later.
I'll include it in my letter this evening.
I don't know if I'm so much in the mood for watching lizards run in circles. Or watching people
beer.
fight.
A beer does sound nice, doesn't it? An ale, a wine.
I think a drink would... A 9 a.m. drink sounds good.
Lovely Bloody Mary, mimosa, something, screwdriver.
Just straight up.
As you try to piece together whatever the hell that you just bore witness to / experienced, was this some kind of heinous acid trip? Was this some kind of almost a spiritual / prophetic experience? Was this in some ways a choosing? Find out. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Oh, Andy's, you both got some shit-eating grins. The Andy's in there shit-eating grins right now.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all for watching. Tune in next time to find out, are we actually going to get to see a lizard race? Who knows? But yes, tune in next time to see what happens with our crew of the HARETRIGGER / the Purpley Stampede as they decide what their next course of action will be. And are we going to find out, like, how are you guys getting the twins? Are we going to encounter the Seven again? Are we going to see all sorts of, like, shenanigans? Are we actually going to get back out onto the open sea? And, you know, what are you going to do? Anyway, we love you. We hope you all have a great rest of your week. And may you roll nothing but nat 20s. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.